Hey, my beautiful people. I pray that y'all have had an amazing day. This is episode 2 of Mom Life. I don't know what else to call it right now, but hey, it is what it is. I'll figure something out. Somewhere along the lines or whatnot. First off, I want to say, who in the hell made this damn show so interesting but boring at the same time? Like, why I done got into this fucking House of Dragons? Like, yeah. Um, but anyways, I digress. Tonight's episode is about patience, and it has taken me some time to learn patience. Like, it is one thing that is not easy to master. I don't think I gained patience until after like my either 5 or 6 child. And when I say that, I mean like, okay, I used to be horrible at screaming and yelling at my kids. Like really, really bad. Like you would always hear me screaming and yelling. There was no talking to them. There was no apologizing for my yelling or whatnot. I would always yell and scream at my kids. But now I have learned to talk to my kids, excuse me, get their attention. If they did something wrong, talk to them about what they did wrong. Also, the other part, just keep putting your face in this darn pillow. Sorry. Um, my 2-year-old right here beside me sleep. But the other thing is, when it comes to discipline, that also takes a lot of patience. So I used to be real quick to want to whoop my kids, yell, scream, whoop them. That was it. But I learned you got to figure out what works for your kids. So for me, I realized whooping them did nothing at all. Yeah, it would instill fear in them, but it wouldn't instill the fear of, I don't want to do this again. Let me get right. Let me not want to do this. So over time, I learned taking things away. Time out. Yes, I do time out. That does work for my kids because they don't like to be away from the TV. They don't like to not be playing or whatnot. And the other thing is basically exercises. Like, I make my kids do squats. I make my kids sit in a plank position, push-ups, jumping jacks. Yes, I do that, and it works for mine. I can't say what worked for yours, but I know it works for mine. The only one that I actually have issues with is my now 7-year-old. I don't know what has gotten into him lately, but it'll work sometimes. But it's like he'll throw a fit and think that, oh, mommy's not gonna make me do. I'm gonna keep throwing a fit or whatnot. Mind you, 7 years old, throwing a fit like a 2-year-old. I'm like, I'm having to be patient with dealing with him throwing a fit because I don't want to react in a negative manner to beat him out of anger and frustration. I never want to hit my kids when I'm angry and frustrated in any way, shape, or form, whether it's them causing me to be frustrated or my own frustration. And that's what also helped me to be patient, is learning the difference between learning to not be able to hit my kids or fuss at them through frustration. Again, it took years. It would. Now, for some people, it might not. Some people might have it very easily. Everybody's situation is different. It depends on how you grew up, first of all. Second of all, the mental situation that you're in or have been through. Because I've been through some hell, honey. So my mental was not perfect. It's still not perfect, but definitely a lot better than what it used to be. And so I will literally sit and watch my kids throw a fit. A lot of people, I think I've only had one of my kids throw actual fit in public out of all 9. Now to cry, yes, they've cried, but actually throw a tantrum, I think I've only had one throw a fit in public. And when I whooped them in public, they never did it again, and none of the rest of my kids either. So, but yeah. But when we home, because like I said, they never done it outside of the house. But when they home and I'm watching it and they'll throw attention, I'm just literally watching them. I'm like, I mean, is that supposed to make me get up? Now I have two. Now my 5-year-old, she likes to holler. She'll get a little strawberry, like literally, and will scream and holler, and you would think somebody then stabbed her in the leg, and it just be that little itty bitty thing. Now she like to holler, but she not like her brothers. All you gotta do is talk her to give her some love, and she's good. Same thing with the baby. The baby, oh my gosh, I love him to pieces. He the only one that I actually pop. Excuse me. He's the only one that I actually pop because he's a little. I'm not gonna say he's too little to be doing exercises and stuff, but to grasp the understanding of I'm doing this because I got in trouble, so I have to actually pop him to get his attention. But after I pop him, he'll run to me, and be like, "Mama." I'm like, I was the one who popped you, right? But I still give him love. I know I talk to him just like I do my older children and let them know what you did was wrong. If he did something to his brother, like today, I had to pop him a couple times because he bit two of his brothers or whatnot today. For some reason or another, he has a biting thing when he can't either get his way or he get frustrated. So I popped him. He came to me and cried, of course, afterwards. He ran away, then he came back. That's what he does. Why? I don't know. But he'll run away, go tell either Jeremiah or Joseph because that's the two he runs. Like they're supposed to be able to help him or whatnot. Joseph hid, oh my God, that little boy, between Harmony and Giovanni. You might as well say those are his babies because he see them crying, he run into them making sure they okay or whatnot. And so he'll come back to me, and that's what he did today. He came back to me, and I looked at him or whatnot. I said, biting is not nice. You need to go apologize or whatnot. And he'll be like, I'm like, I've been working on him because he likes to say, or just shake his head a lot. And I said, what are you supposed to say? I said, you need to go apologize. You hear me? And he might do it again. I'm like, you need to go apologize. Do you hear me? And then he'll say, yes, ma'am. And I'll be like, good job. And then he'll be waiting for his little high five, and I give him my high five because, he's two. He's looking for gratification and whatnot. And that helps him to understand when he's doing right. He did the same thing to Harmony. He ended up hurting Harmony. Him and her were rough playing on the bed. Both of them was playing together. And I said, and I didn't have to say it this time, which I thought was so precious or whatnot. I said, Bam Bam, you hurt her. And he looked at her, he gave her a hug, and he said, I apologize. Not I'm sorry. My baby said, I apologize, Nana. Because he calls her Nana. He doesn't say Harmony all the time. He might say it like maybe once every couple weeks, Harmony. But he calls her Nana, which is what I call her anyways. But it just takes patience and time or whatnot. A lot of people think that with younger children, you can't discipline younger children. I've been disciplining Bam Bam since he was 1, and he has very clear understanding of yes and no or whatnot. Like with all my kids except for Bam Bam or whatnot, I started potty training them as soon as they started walking. Bam Bam is the only one that is not fully potty training in 2 years old. All my kids, I think except for like Morgan and Lyric, my 2 girls, were all potty trained by 2 years old. At least a minimum of 2.5. I think Morgan and Lyric, because they were my first and I really didn't know what I was doing or whatnot. So, but the rest of my kids, either 2 or just not far from 2. But we're working with Bam on the potty training. He always telling me, Mommy, I gotta go boo-boo. But when I go boo-boo, in the midst of him going, he done pee, and like, Mommy, pee-pee. So yeah, definitely working on potty training. But patience is key, and that's with everything. Like the whole potty training thing, I get questions like, why you start so early? Why not? I seen this crazy video, which I thought was the most craziest thing in the world, where they were talking about starting when babies, like with their babies, take their diaper off and some other stuff. I can't remember the video, but I just remember seeing it, and I thought it was the craziest thing in the world. It was like it teaches them something, and I'm just like, I thought I potty trained my kids early, but you're talking about infants. Not a 1-year-old, not even a 8-month-old baby. No, they talking about infants taking their diapers off and stuff like that. I was like, I really wish I could remember the whole video and I could explain it to you, but I was like, that is mad crazy. Not saying that it couldn't work, because I've tried stuff and it works for me, and it worked for me. So you have to be able to figure out what works for you, and that is the biggest thing with parenting. Parenting does not come with a self-help book. Yes, there are things that I could tell you and give you all the information that I know, but you have to figure out what works for you. Do I have a problem sharing my story? No, because my story could help you. Whatnot. It's just like, I had a friend of mine that said, girl, are you working on writing that book? I said, I'm waiting until everything is finished, and I promise you I'm going to write my book. And she was like, okay, I'm going to be the first one to buy it. I said, okay, I'm not going to stop you. But you have to just figure out what works for you. It has taken me a lot of time to, like I said, be patient, to work with my children, to talk with my children, even to my teenagers. Like, so last year, having teenagers is not easy and whatnot. Having teenagers that have gone through a lot mentally also is a big situation. You have to be mindful of everything. So like with my 14-year-old, he doesn't like to talk a lot, and I love him to pieces, and I try my best to be open with him and talk with him or whatnot to figure out how can I help him in every way. And when I see him going through a moment, I be like, listen, you don't have to tell me the exact things, but at least tell me the realm of where you're at. How are you feeling particularly or whatnot, for at least I'll know or whatnot. And if you need to cry, you need to come sit. You don't even have to talk to me. You just want to lay and, I hold you. That's what we can do. Whatever the case, if you just want me to hug you, whatever the case may be, I try to work with each of my kids and figure out where I can help them at. I haven't had too many bad situations with my kids, with my teenagers. I have had a couple. I mean, not even say a few. I had a couple that have been with my older girls, and those issues kind of broke me. Really, really bad. One put me in jail. But we're not gonna go too deep into that. But hey baby. Ooh, don't hurt yourself, You still got that cap on your head. You went to sleep with the cap on your head and you still got it on. You see that baby with his cap. He wanted to put his sister cap on. Oh, you want a kiss? You poking out your lips? Thank you. You want to take it off? Yeah, okay. That better? Is that better? Is that better? Yes, ma'am. Okay, good job. I love you. A little whisper. I'm so sweet. I'm go back to sleep. But you have to be patient with your kids a lot of times. A lot of times they will push you, especially teenagers. They definitely will put you in a space where you don't know how to deal with stuff, and sometimes you have to be careful with how you deal with it, because you'll put them in a place to dealing with things the way they shouldn't as well. It's not easy. But like I stated, you have to figure out what works for you. and be patient. One thing that I'm working on is a bedtime routine. I had started one a while ago and it started working. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to get back to doing it because I hate my kids being so glued to the TV. They love going outside. Don't get me wrong. They be outside and oof, they be tiring me out or whatnot because they want me to play with them and everything. But I had one point in time where I cut the TV off, where I would let them watch something like a relaxing, not all the bright colors in TV. Like it would be something educational at the end of the night. Then we cut the TV off, and we might read a book or whatnot, or they would go in the room and read a book, and then go to sleep. And that has started working. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to start back doing that because wait, jumping for boo. But are you trying to reposition your feet? What was you dreaming about? But I think that would work because it's almost school time. And I don't even play about bedtime during the summer. A lot of people are like, you don't let your kids be up. 8:30 is the bedtime around here. Or whatnot. I don't even believe my kids don't be up all the extra times. The only one that does is my oldest, my 14-year-old that's here in the home. Or whatnot. But you have to figure out what works for you. And let that be. Go sleep. Go sleep. Later. Now. But you have to figure out what works for you. Oh, and another thing is learning sign language. I know that learning sign language is very, very good. And I'm not just talking about it because I have a son that's deaf, but for young children, one thing that I've noticed with Giovanni, because he started as soon as he was born, I started teaching him as soon as he was born, milk, the simple things. And so now he actually understands that his brother is deaf. He's 2 years old. He understands that his brother is deaf, and he has to sign to him or tap him to get his attention. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, baby. He knows that he has to tap him to get his attention, and he knows how to sign. You might not have full conversation with him. He might be doing gibberish in sign language, but it's the cutest thing to watch him and my Joseph or whatnot communicate. And Joseph sits there, pays attention or whatnot. And he tries his best to teach him proper the whatnot. Like when he does water is basically the W sign, which is this to your chin. Oh. So it's like this. This is water. But Bam Bam, because he does not know how to do this, he does this. Water. Is that an actual sign? I do not know. Does it mean something else? I don't know, because you have to be careful with certain signs, because there's some signs that mean one thing, and if you do it slightly another way, you're gonna be saying other words. So, but like Joseph will try to take his fingers and teach him how to do this, even though he will still continuously do that. But he's very, very intelligent and catches on very quickly, and it's taking a lot of patience to be able to teach him the signs that he does know and whatnot, and to also have him to understand that use your sign language. I tell him, I said, Bam, you gotta use your sign language to get your brother's attention or whatnot. And he be looking at me so baffled, like, what are you talking about? I be like, use your hands, baby, use your hands to talk, and then he'll understand. But I think that is very, very, I can't think of the word right now, but I think it's because I'm so tired. I'm about to go to sleep. But I think it is very, very good for you to teach all your children, for you yourself to learn sign language, and to be able to teach especially young children, for that they can tell you what's wrong. Like when he hurts himself, I'm like, baby, where's it hurt? And he'll take and he'll show me where it hurts. Like this, it's supposed to be with 2 fingers, but you can do it with 1 or whatnot. Means hurts. And I'm like, where does it hurt? And he'll show me where it hurts or whatnot. Without him just crying and throwing a fit, he'll show me where it hurts at. And I think that is very good for, kids his age or even younger who cannot speak to be able to learn, and for their parents to also be involved in learning as well. But all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Sleep well. Rest easy. Get up tomorrow. Be intentional about your day. Even be intentional about your sleep. Go to sleep saying, I'm going to get this amount of hours of rest and I'm going to get some deep sleep. Not waking up in the middle of the night. I know I've been doing that lately. It's like my body has an alarm clock for like 4 something. But I'm about to go to bed. Always remember, I love you. Till tomorrow.